So guys, we are one day away from the super secret announcement from Verge. The mysterious partnership announcement, as this article is saying, and this is something they've been hyping for quite a while now. They've been doing announcements for the announcements, been putting tweets out saying we have a big announcement of an announcement soon. The hype chain is in full motion. This is a coin that was pumped by McAfee back here, and it dropped in price, but then the news of the partnership has pushed the price back up, and now we're sitting at 8.1 cents, 8.15 cents, 1,007 satoshis. This will obviously change today, but that's what it's sitting at right now as I record this video. So yeah, there's a lot of hype about this, and they've been really touting this partnership for a long time now. Now, I kind of touched upon this yesterday in the video. It was talking about loyalty and delusion, and how a lot of Verge supporters were saying that people were trying to create fear. But I wanted to expand upon it and kind of raise, kind of expand upon why a lot of people are concerned about what's been happening, because there is a big concern that a lot of this has been hype. It's a pump and dump. All the usual kind of claims come out, but a lot of these claims do seem valid. So I had a series of tweets. I shared one of the tweets yesterday. I had a series of tweets I'd noted down, and I had a couple of Reddit discussions to share as well. But I found an article that kind of summarises it all, so it's just easier to show you the one article. This is from Crypto Slate. The article is written by Sam Town. Very well written. Is Verge the next BitConnect? Ongoing inconsistencies alert crypto community. And it kind of expands upon what I was saying yesterday. So, see, pumped by John McAfee. Right, okay. The fundraising effort has to date yielded 76.2 million Verge, or a little over $6.4 million. As evidenced by publicly available information, 18.6 million Verge were moved from a fundraising wallet to a Binance Exchange wallet on Friday, assumably for immediate liquidation. So, a couple of $1 million have been sent to Binance to liquidate, to turn into cash, fiat money. And this is where they say the inconsistency. This is all down to the Ledger integration. Someone was asking about the money here, and they said Ledger needs to be paid. And this is what I was talking about yesterday. They're saying that Ledger needs to be paid. Ledger have come out and said that, well, that's not the case. We don't charge. But not only that, Ledger are coming out and saying that they haven't even contacted us. And this is where the inconsistencies come from. And it talks about it here. So the Ledger CTO, Nicholas Baca, has said, I'm not aware of anyone on our team working on Verge. Maybe some third parties working on it, but I'm not aware of that either. So if there is a third party working on it, they don't know. And that's something we talked about in the video yesterday. Somebody left a comment and said, well, it is normal to hire third party developers. But if that is the case, you'd think those third party developers would contact Verge. They would be working with them, for the integration. But it doesn't seem to be the case. So this is the guy that was talking about yesterday. It seems like the unique partnership for Verge was partially for Ledger integration, except there is no partnership nor planned integration with us. Verge have come out there and then said, we started conversation with Ledger before the guy commenting even worked for them and got pricing for integration. We planned on picking that conversation back up next week once we had funds. I'm finding our conversation with them and I'll post it publicly. So what they're saying is, well, yeah, we haven't sent them the money yet. We haven't talked to them yet, but we did contact them about pricing. We're waiting to get the money. We're waiting to get the funds from Binance once we've liquidated Verge, all the Verge coins we've had from donations, and then we'll start it. So you've just kind of you've jumped too soon. You spoke too soon. They haven't got a chance to do it yet. But this is a text that I shared yesterday where he says that Ledger does not charge for coin integration anymore. Either the integration is provided by the community, which we help for free, or we follow our own integration roadmap. So, the fact that they said they'd contacted them for pricing and all that, they're saying, well, we talked to them about pricing, but the fact that Verge says that they don't charge for it, we help for free, it suggests that Verge could be lying about this. They're saying we don't charge. They initially said, Ledger has to be paid, but Ledger has said we do not charge for this. And they said, no. What we're trying to say is we contacted them about pricing and integration, but we're going to speak to them about it soon. But saying that, it just doesn't seem to add up, because if they had spoke to them before, they'd realise that it doesn't, they don't charge for it. But what they're saying is, maybe they did in the past. There's a lot of inconsistencies here. It's hard to I mean, obviously Verge are doing damage control here with all of this because they realise it's hurting them. We obviously didn't talk to Ledger so far. We just separate the funds for the single projects. So this is where it kind of grows arms and legs, because go back to the start. Here's what happens. Ledger needs to be paid, so they're saying they need to be paid. The developers are saying, well, we've not spoke to them. They said, no, we spoke to you before, but we're going to send you the money and speak to you soon about it. But then they've come out and said, we didn't talk to Ledger so far. So this contradicts what this guy's saying. There's a lot of inconsistencies. And it's understandable why people are concerned about this, because a lot of people donated money to Verge. They thought it was for this big partnership and all this, but they've moved a lot of money to liquidate it. We don't know what's going on here, guys. This all looks very, very suspicious. It could just be a misunderstanding. It could be miscommunication. We don't know. But if I had a lot of Verge coins, I would definitely be tempted to sell today because of this. At least offload some of them. This article also kind of touches upon the fact that the founder has got a checkered past. He was arrested 8 times between 2003 and 2010 for a variety of charges, including criminal mischief, prowling, traffic violations, and failure to appear in court. So this is the guy who's leading all of this. So, I'm not saying you put 2 and 2 together and, and it definitely means that they're doing something dodgy here. But, the guy has a checkered past and there's a lot of inconsistency here. So they talk about here whether it's a scam. And this sums it up. Until an exit scam occurs, it's too early to conclusively state the Verge is a scam. There's a lot of inconsistencies. And I talked about this yesterday in that when you see these inconsistencies, when you see things that don't add up, you should be critical, you should be skeptical, and you should be asking questions. Now, they can spin it as people are promoting fear and they're doing a lot of other things, but you can see there, and all the communication coming out from Ledger and from what they're saying and all that, it seems like they're backtracking from a lie here. That's how I'm interpreting this. They're backtracking from a lie. They got caught out. That's the way that I'm interpreting this. I could be wrong, but I see no valid reason for Ledger to lie about this. There is no valid reason for them to do that. I don't see why they would want to do that. And it just seems like damage control and a retraction from Verge without them looking silly. So yeah, there's a lot of inconsistencies there. I don't know if this is going to derail their big announcement. It doesn't look like it is. Verge seems to be riding the hype chain and a lot of people aren't selling regardless. But we'll wait and see what happens with the big announcement. But yes, this kind of thing isn't very good. And if I had Verge coins, I don't. But if I did, I would definitely be concerned. We'll see what happens though. At this point, we're just going by, all the discussions and all the investigation about it. But time will tell what happens. But at least we'll see the big partnership announcement tomorrow. But we do have to see what happens with the money over the next week, over the next month, over the next couple of months to see whether this was legit or not. So I'll leave a link to this article and you can check it out in full. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, please do leave your opinion on this down below, and I'll speak to you all in the next one. Take care.